Hi guys, Paul here from PABrewNews. Gonna do two little beers here. Same beer, but it's just a little different take on the beer, I guess you would call it. Now, we'll be doing two different glasses, obviously. We have, I'm listening to the Creepazoid vinyl with Linnea Quigley. This is Schneiderweisse Aventinus Weizen Doppelbock, and this is coming both at 8.2 alcohol by volume, obviously. Since, let's see, doodly-doodly-doo. And that says here since 1907. And we have the canned and the bottled version right here. Here it goes. So, this is tap 6. Don't know if it'll say what it is here. Actually, there might be a can on date here. I can't see. Let's see. 2020 on this one, and this one is, I don't know if there's a bottled on date or something. 20, also 20, so they're both 20s. So 2020 vintage of the Schneiderweisse, so that's fine. My mom just got me this. She just got back home from a cruise, and she wanted to give me the bottle opener. She said, "I know." I did. I went. She reached down and she went to go get it, and she, with my name on it and everything. And she got home and she handed it to my dad, and he went, "Who's Leslie?" It says Leslie. So I guess that's my new name now. So this is Leslie. Oh, this is the name of the bottle opener. Where's Leslie at? Right here. Ready to rock. So Leslie's going to crack this one open, and then I'm going to crack the can open. We're going to put the bottle, which, nice can hiss, nice smoke, rather. There's going to be Dirty Glass Mafia. Label out, folks. We're going to pour this, just about that much. We're going to pour this one into the Saint Fouillon glass. Tappy, tappy, up to the light. Still tons of Dirty Glass Mafia on this one. That's nuts. It just got washed, but whatever. I guess I just did a bad job washing them. Beautiful ruby chestnut hues coming through there. Brown ruby chestnut hues. Gonna expect about the same thing. Label out, folks. Right there. About right there. Okay. Tippity tip, tippity top. Right there. Very... Now, because I have to make sure I get all of the light source. They're very similar. They're very, very similar, as they should be. Streaming carbonation out of both of these beers. This one seems a little bit more vigorous than this, but both streaming carbonation. Same color, slightly off white kind of head. About similar size. This one's a little bit bigger than this head. Very similar in color. A very soft, muted orange, tinging on a cherry in this one. So that's nice. So let me get the bottle version first. Cheers. Sharp raisin, brown sugar, fig, a little bit of roasty toasty qualities wafting through. Brown bread hitting me immediately. Earthiness, nice little bit of a floral tone too. Beautiful. Got that kind of wheat tonality wafting as well. Very similar, but there was a difference. Almost clovality, like a clove tone wafting through here as well. Mixing with that nice, like, earthy floral tone. This is bright. It has a lot of that brown sugar. Again, like raisin, cherry, fig, brown sugar. The can has it. The can does have it. The can seems a little bit more subdued. It doesn't have that bright or that clove floral tone as much. It does have, you know, the soft raisin, cherry, fig kind of thing. It has that little bit of wheat tonality. It has the brown bread. It has the floral tones. It just seems a little bit less crazy. I mean, this one, it just seems surprisingly a little bit more wow on the nose. However, noses can be deceiving. I like the smell of this one better. I like the look of this one a little bit better and the smell, but this one just seems a little bit more, a little brighter, just so very faint brighter. Could be the glass I'm using too. So this one just seemed like it had a touch more carbonation, a slight bit darker in hue, but very subtle, and a little bit more on the murky side. I don't know, because there should be sedimentation here, and that would explain that. And the nose just seems a little brighter, just a touch brighter. So let's get a cheers. It has a good amount of carbonation. Good amount of carbonation. Wow. Good amount of carbonation. This is muted though. It's soft. With that carbonation, there's the wheat tonality laying on the palate. Soft. Hints of raisin. Hints of that fig tonality. Little earthiness, copper coin almost. You got that floral earthiness wafting through the palate. Nuances of brown bread. And that's it. Very nice, soft. A little bit of a slight clove, a slight kind of coriander bubblegum, but very soft, very subtle, mixing in there too with that residual floral tonalities. A lot of carbonation though. Very enjoyable. Dry. It dries on the back end. That's where you get the minerality kind of wafting through. Makes you want to go right back in for more. So let's go into the canned version, please. Thank you, ma'am. Cheers. Way less carbonated. Way less carbonated. Wow. Way less carbonated. It definitely has this ability to let everything linger on your palate a lot longer. There you get more of the soft roast brown bread quality inundating the palate. There is a little bit of a heightened minerality I noticed wafting through as well. The dark fruits are there, however they're bigger than this. However, the more kind of that soft roast brown bread, they're higher in this, but everything else is kind of like excuse me, on more of the subdued side. There is a quality of minerality that's pretty high in this one. Let's go back. All right, this isn't a professional channel, and I don't pretend to be. Cheers. Yeah, a lot more of that raisin fig brown sugar tonality in this one. It is a lot more, but those dark tones, those dark tones of the roast, of those things, of the brown breads and stuff, are a little bit more subdued in this one. Honestly, I don't know what would happen if you pour them together. Because this one's got the nice darkness. This one has the nice high notes. You know what I mean? And here's the thing is, it's the same beer. It should, from the same year, it should be giving almost exactly the same thing. But it's not. And that's why the weird thing is. The coriander, the clove, the floral tones, they're higher in this one as well. This is the higher note. The dark tones, the minerality is definitely higher in this one. The mineral tonalities, the little earthiness in the background, that brown bread, the soft roasty toastiness is definitely more vibrant in this one compared to the other one. The dark fruits, the floral tones, those nice little bit of cloviness, the little bit of bubblegum quality, coriander quality, the wheat quality is about the same, but those tonalities are higher in the bottled version, which is really interesting to see. And there is a difference. I mean, it is. And some people say, "Oh, I like the bottle version better, I like the can version better of this beer, of that beer." There is a difference. There can be at least a difference, and this, for me, shows that right there. So it is interesting to find both at the 20-year mark, or the 20-year vintage of 2020, and seeing the difference here, because sometimes it's really cool to do these, but you'll see, well, my can is from this year and my bottle's from this year. You know what I mean? But this is nice seeing they're very closely dated. That's cool. So, again, cheers. It's sharper. Everything's sharper on this one. It has more of... Now, I can see a lot of people preferring this because that is sharper. It's sharper on that kind of that raisin, fig, cherry almost tonalities, and it's so lacking on those more rounded, rich, like that burnt caramel, brown bread, roasty toasty kind of vibe. It's there, but it's riding this big wave of those fruits and wheat and floral tonalities that kind of crashing over it. So it's there, giving it foreground, a base, but it's there riding over it. This one, it's a little bit different. It's more subtle. It's like those big rocks sticking out of the water, so it's there. Hello. I mean, it doesn't matter that those waves are washing around it, but it's still there, protruding from the water. This one, I would say, is more subtle. However, it's more cohesive. Joe, the Beer Patrol, you're already subbed. Don't even bother. You're already subbed. It is way more cohesive. It is way more approachable, especially for people who haven't drank this beer or beers like it. The canned version, super approachable, super cohesive. Absolutely. The bottled version gives you more of the vibe of those yeast esters, of those the wheat tonalities, the floralness. The hops are kind of coming through with all that earthiness as well, mixing with the yeast esters, mixing with those kind of things. You know what I'm saying? So it is a different beast for sure. But this won't have live sedimentation, the sediments that this will. I don't believe. Don't quote me on that one, but I don't believe. Now, what I want to do right now is I want to be cuvee-ing this bitch, and then I'm going to take both of these and I'm going to pour them. I'm going to pour these both into a mason jar or something like that, because I want to enjoy them tonight with my Valentine's Day dinner I'm making for my girlfriend. So I have the mead here. We have a couple things, but I have the mead here, and I want to pour these together and enjoy those later as well. So we're going to be doing that, but right now we're going to cuvee the old and the new. Not the old and the new, the can and the bottle, I guess. Metal versus glass. Cover your ass. Ting. Ting. Cuvee. Cuvee time. So here you go. Cheers, everybody. It means a lot. Thank you. I think just the act of pouring whiffed it up, because it gives a creaminess that I just didn't expect. A big, long, creamy, like floating on a cloud kind of thing. Yeah, I think that's the pouring the things together. Cheap physics, right? Chris. Off the 10th. If you haven't subbed yet, please do. Off the 10th. Nobody watches my fucking channel. But if you do, stop off the tip. You know, I rate these beers, even though I said there are slight differences. This one I like of its brashness and the bright tonalities. I like this one more because it's more cohesive, more, definitely more like approachable. I like the tradition. I'm a stuck in the tradition kind of guy. I have been drinking lots of double box, and I've been drinking a lot of different double box over the years. This was one of my favorites, right? But then other things have kind of crept in. The Corbinians and stuff, and I had to get the chance to drink a lot of aged Corbinians that were just, and I've had a couple different runs from a couple different places. Actually, one of my favorites double box was from the Trois Musketeers, the Three Musketeers from Quebec was amazing double box. As for example, so I've had a chance to really kind of reevaluate where I set this beer, and I still set this beer in the 8 out of 10 category. It's just it's a fantastic beer. It's a mile marker beer. I mean, you have to have it. If you love double box, you have to have this. If you don't know what I'm trying to say. And the Eisbock is nice. The barriques are very unique. The Eisbock is great. I wish it was in a bigger bottle, but the Eisbock is great. The barrique versions, those are very unique because they're very wine-esque, so you have to enjoy the wine qualities a little bit. This is really, really enjoyable, and again, the thing is, if you're a wine lover, try these beers because you're gonna really appreciate the tonalities and stuff, and the complexities of these beers. And honestly, a finely made beer is way more complex overall. Now we're talking about styles. Now I know there's a million billion styles, but a very heartily well-made barley wine, double bock, those kind of things. They have so many different complex styles and like just nuances and depth to them. It's amazing. And if you've been a wine lover in the past and you're searching into the beer world, these are the kind of the beers that you would just dig into like with a spoon, trying to get all the different complex flavors and characters and nuances, and just the historical region. Learning about these beers is just as amazing as the wine journeys that people have made before, as I have too. You know what I mean? Just learning about stuff. It's so enjoyable. And these beers are classic. They are epic. They are wonderful. And a good friend of mine, Peter, the Clueless Drinker, absolutely adores them, and for good reason. Good sir. I bought him one of these from. I think I bought him the barriques actually the one time, but I bought him did I buy him the barrique? I think I might have. It was either a vintage version of this or the barrique, and he just drank it drunk. But it was Manchester. It was a lovely time. We met a lot of lovely people. Helped a lot of lovely people. People that you never knew, and you talk to, and you help them, and everything's great. Less fortunate and share the wealth. You know what I mean? And it was a great time. And when I do think about these beers, I do romanticize, as Peter does, and I do give him shit for romancing the Stein, aka romancing the Stone, when he talks about German beers. But I've been in Germany, I loved it too. Do the same thing, and these beers also, especially Aventinus, actually helps me remember Manchester and Peter and things like that. So it's all good. It's all memories. Taste and smell are one of the biggest memory jaunters that there is. So. I mean, there you go. It goes right into the brain socket and brings out good times. Creepazoid's over. I'm going to taste this one more time and say goodbye to you. And I want to thank you again for joining me. We're going to having a good, nice little time. I don't drink very many beers anymore, so things like this are a little treat. I'm cooking right now. I got to throw some stuff in the old pot so it can do its thing. It's all nice and hot and waiting for me, so cheers. That is just a goddamn good beer. It is. The Cuvée, it has a sharp point near the middle where all those flavors kind of like a volcano. and then it calms back down again. It's got a creaminess that I can't really define right now because I don't know where that creaminess came from, me just mixing beers or whatever. But man, it's smooth. That cohesiveness is really coming through a lot, and it just has a little kind of an epiphany, like a little climax right in the middle, and then it just goes down to that nice that roast takes over, and then it kind of just blends out. Man, whoo, baby, I like it a lot. So overall, I would give both of these beers an 8 out of 10. Overall, nice beers, great. I think I give this cuvee I'm having an 8.5. I'm gonna jack it up a little bit. Now sometimes cuvees don't do that, but I like what I'm drinking, and that's all that matters. So this has been Paul Faber News. Cheers. Happy day all over the world, and watch that finger. Here it comes. Bye bye.